Well, guys, the Oklahoma City Thunder have won 6 straight games. They just absolutely blew out the Pelicans tonight, 137 to 101. The second most made threes in a game this season, the most in Thunder history. I mean, more than half of the shots the Thunder took tonight were threes. I mean, they ended up taking 55 threes. I mean, 95 shots in total, ridiculous. 49.1% as a team to make practically half of your shots off of 55 attempts is absurd. I mean, I haven't seen something like that ever, if I'm being completely honest. Like, that's just insane. It's exactly why the Thunder have the best record in the league. They've been the most consistent team. And it's just next man up, too. I mean, Chet back changes everything. Like I said, he knocked down 2 threes. He also blocked 5 shots. 25 minutes gives you 12.6 boards. Isaiah grabbed 13. He had 14 last game. So everyone's contributing. Shea in 3 quarters at 31 points on 10 of 20. He bounced back too. He struggled last game, at least from an efficiency standpoint. Dort, 2 of 7 from three. J Dub, of course, 3 of 4 from three. And then the bench was really the story of this game. Caruso, 4 of 7 from three. Aaron Wiggins, 4 of 7 from three. They'd start on the majority of teams. I mean, they're some of the best role players in basketball. They're not even really role players. I mean, they're considered that, but it just goes to show how dangerous the Thunder roster is you've got two legit guys who can give you, again, 20 points and play elite defense, rebound the basketball, smart, can pass it too. And then Kendrick, 3 of 3. Carlson knocked down a three. Jones was 2 of 4 from three. Unfortunately, Jay Will was 0 of 2 from three, but he also had 10 boards, so he's a big man. And then Flagger, of course, had 1 of 4 from three. And Dukas as well knocked down a three very late in this game. So just collectively an amazing shooting game. Even though you look at the stats, you see all the threes, you see the 137 points, the defense definitely cannot be just ignored. Like, the defense was phenomenal in this one. The Pelicans shot 43.9% from the field. They did knock down 37% of threes, but if you shoot 44% against the Thunder, you're going to have a tough time winning that game. There's also the turnovers as well. They had 22 of them, and that's not even including how many points came off of those turnovers as well. It was a lot of them too. That was really the difference in this game. OKC, they've been shooting the ball very well. I mean, 4 of their last 6 games, they've led by 30 or more in them. I mean, all of those were double digit wins. It's just cannot stress it enough of just how amazing the Thunder have been this season. They're historically good. The defense is by far the best in the league, and then the differential is the best in league history. You got Shea, who isn't even playing in the fourth quarter to this point because the team is just winning by so much. So he's going to be fresh to go in the playoffs, and you can't double Shea. That's the thing about Shea is he leads the league in scoring, and usually you see guys get double team that are doing that, but you can't double him because of all the shooting around him. And it's not just a bunch of shooters; it's guys that can facilitate, move the basketball. They know where to go with it, but they can shoot it too. And I know the Thunder, again, they're not the best shooting team in the league, but they're on fire right now, and that's why they're winning by so much. So it's definitely a beautiful thing to see. I mean, you look at the rest of the schedule, though. I mean, Wednesday is going to be the last home game until what, March 3rd? I mean, we're talking about February 12th to March 3rd, the in between of the home game. All-Star game, of course, but still a huge road trip coming up. That's going to be fun. Miami, I mean, they're a pretty tough team. I know they don't have Jimmy anymore, but they actually probably got better overall by making that trade. They got Andrew Wiggins and a couple of dead pieces, a draft pick. So it should be a fun one. Tyler Hero is an all-star this season. And then that back-to-back against the Wolves, who last time I checked were getting blown out by the Cavs. I'm not sure how that finished. But and then just looking at the schedule after that, Utah, Minnesota, 2 games, of course, in a row. Brooklyn, Atlanta, San Antonio. Really not that difficult of a stretch, if I'm being honest. I mean, the gauntlet kind of is out of the way with just, what was it, like 4 games in 5 days or something crazy like that. I mean, yeah, February 7th, 8th, 10th, and I mean, I guess not quite, but still, it's a lot of games. Like, I mean, we're talking about right there alone, that's 3 games in, of course, 4 days. So they got that out of the way. I mean, to be able to go to Memphis shorthanded back to back. I mean, they had won 10 of their last 11 and win that. That was a huge win for the Thunder. They've got a much more plan, though. I mean, I'm really enjoying watching this team. And the only thing is they're just beating teams so badly. Like, going into the fourth quarter, it's just I mean, it's fun to see of course, the bench get in there and the depth and let them play, but it's just these games aren't even competitive. But of course, that's definitely going to change. I mean, like Miami and Minnesota are definitely going to bring it, but yeah, OKC. I mean, they're going to be tough to beat in the playoffs. That's for sure too. There just hasn't been a team this season that's been on their level. I think the one team, honestly, that would give the Thunder a really tough time would be the Boston Celtics, but they're on the other conference, so they'd have to meet in the final. And I think that'd be one of the best finals of all time to see Shea Tatum and of course J Dub and Brown. Like, I mean, that would just it would be phenomenal. Hopefully, we do get that. But the Nuggets, Grizzlies, Lakers with Luca, he's making his debut. He actually is making his debut in 4 minutes from now. So by the time you guys are watching this, he's already on the court for the Lakers. It's going to be tough. Even the playing teams like Warriors, Suns, Kings, Mavs. AD can't seem to stay healthy, but if he for some reason can, they're going to be tough to beat. The West is just brutal every single night. And that's why the Thunder deserve a lot of credit too, because they have this record. They're historically good in a deep conference. Like the West has always been deep, like it's nothing new. But it just this season, you've got a lot of teams that are capable of winning the championship. Like the top three seeds right now definitely could win the championship. I think the Lakers have a chance. The Clippers with a healthy Kawhi, Norman Powell, Harden. They basically have three All Stars, and they picked up Ben Simmons, who of course is going to be able to give them playmaking, rebounding, and defense too. Phoenix Suns, I know they're Phoenix Suns, but they still got Durant and Devin Booker. So, I mean, they're not going anywhere. But just looking at Oklahoma City Thunder, just from top to bottom, I mean, this is the most complete roster in the game. Everyone just contributes. They move the ball, they defend. They've got a lot of chemistry, and they're young, most importantly. So they're going to be around for a while. The missing pieces to the Thunder from last season when they lost in the second round of Dallas was just Caruso and of course, Isaiah Hartenstein. They got those pieces, and now they're rolling, man. They're just absolutely dominating. It's been a beautiful thing to see. And it's just consistently, too. I mean, the Thunder just continue to win game. I mean, the last loss was literally against Golden State. It was by 7 points, and it was by far the worst shooting game of the season. I mean, this team has one loss since January 29th. Like, that's very, very impressive. And I don't expect them to lose anytime soon, dude. I mean, we could be talking about them having one of the better records in NBA history. They're that good. And because their point differential is so high, again, they're going to be well rested. Like, it's just awesome, man. I'm trying to update this too to see if it updates, but yeah, it hasn't updated yet, but I mean, the point differential is going to even increase even more. It's already at 13 coming to this game. It's going to go up after, of course, beating the Pels by 36 is ridiculous. I mean, I know the Pelicans are shorthanded. They don't have Murray, McCollum, Ingram's gone, but it just doesn't really matter who the Thunder see right now. They're just on a roll. They're cruising. And yeah, I mean, outside of that, though, that's pretty much it. Just a regular season game against a 12-41 team. I'm not trying to make too much out of it, but just business as usual. And Shea, honestly, because the Thunder are winning by so much, I think it might cost them the MVP. I mean, I legitimately don't know if Shea is going to get it just because he's not getting into so many fourth quarters. Like it's crazy how he's averaging 33 a game despite all the minutes he's basically left on the table. But he's trying to win a championship. It's not like he really cares about that. He doesn't care at all about that. He just wants to win. But yeah, Swaggy, you also find me over at Daily Thunder. I'm out. Peace.